Alright, so, Birdman. Yeah, you know what, this probably isn't going to be so much a review as it is just me gushing about how good this film is. Honestly, if I can even get one person to see this movie who wasn't going to see it before they saw this video, my job here is done as far as I'm concerned. I guess I probably should explain why I think the film is so good, but the thing is, a lot of the things I have to say about this film have already been said by one critic or another, so really all I can do is confirm whether or not what the other critics are saying is true, and guess what? It is. You probably already know about the film being made to look like it's all one massive shot, and honestly, as soon as I heard about that, I knew I wanted to see this film, even if it turned out to be terrible. I knew I wanted to see this movie because I love it when filmmakers take risks. It's the same thing I felt when I first watched Buried. Now, I thought Buried was quite good, but even if it wasn't, even if it was completely awful, as soon as I realised that the whole thing was filmed inside the coffin, never once cutting away, I just had so much respect for the filmmakers. Because it would have been so easy for them to cut away at least once or twice for a flashback or something, but they didn't, because that's what created the claustrophobic atmosphere. Was it crucial for Birdman to be one big oneer? No, absolutely not. But the director said, you know what? My vision for this film is that it's all going to be filmed in one shot. And you know what? He fucking did it. It sets itself apart from anything else that's ever been made. And it genuinely impressed me in multiple points in the film. You know when you're seeing some good special effects in a film and you just sat there like, yeah, this is impressive, but it's obviously still CGI. There are quite a few camera movements in this film where I kind of just sat there and went, I have no idea how they did that. Even with computers, I don't know. Okay, there are other good things about Birdman that aren't cinematography, I promise. Birdman is all about live theatre. There are a few ideas and concepts in the film that can be interpreted as if they're talking about film acting as well, but mostly it's about the theatre. And speaking as someone with a little bit of experience in live theatre, I will gladly say that the way Birdman portrays the world of theatre in general is pretty damn accurate. Exaggerated, but still accurate. And what is theatre if not exactly that? Oh, what? This movie is so good, man. And of course, you simply cannot talk about Birdman without talking about the soundtrack. Remember when I was talking about how I like it when filmmakers take risks? Well, this soundtrack is all drums. Well, okay, like 90% of it is drums, and on the few occasions that it isn't, it's either in the character's head or part of the film's world in some way. The drums, however, are omnipresent. Sometimes they're just there in the background, sometimes they're the only audible focus, sometimes you actually see someone playing the drums in the film, sometimes it's a marching band, you never know. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I used to be a drummer and I just generally really like drums, but yeah, no Oscar nomination for this soundtrack? Like, really? I know Birdman already has quite a lot of nominations, but really? Alright, so what, this is like a flawless film? Well, okay, the only problem I have with the film is the end scene. I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen it yet. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's a bad scene. I know a lot of people have different ways of interpreting that scene, and I think that's really cool. It's not a bad scene, I just think the movie would have been a lot better without it. Unfortunately, that does mean I can't give the film a perfect rating. However, this is still one of the best films I've ever seen, period. I'm not joking, it's amazing. Birdman gets a 9.5 out of 10. It's fucking superb. Watch it, watch it, watch it. But as always, guys, my name is Caleb Lawlor. Facebook and Twitter links are in the description. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a few days, maybe? I don't know. I wrote this down, but I don't know if I want it in the review or not. I'm just saying, I consider myself pretty straight, but if this movie was a guy, I'd suck its dick. No, that's not going.